little bit too much. Oh, let me sit down a bit. Hello Mary, how's it going? I have a cat appointment right after the stream, so my appointment is... Actually, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it, so I'll make this stream short, if possible. Today, the purpose of today is just so that we can talk about a few things, and I want you guys to be okay with the few changes that I'm gonna make to this channel. I mean, with Twitch, I feel like it might help with my Twitch a little bit, but I don't know about YouTube. YouTube might be kind of different, because right now I'm following the format of streaming games on a schedule, as in, like this week I'll do it this weekend, and then next weekend I'll do it next weekend, like continuing the series in consecutive weekends instead of consecutive days. That's my current thought about my channel right now, because I feel like it might be better for me to it might be better for me to consecutively stream consecutive days. Hello everybody, how are you doing? How are you doing? Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Anyway, I would like to talk about a few changes that I want to make. Oh, right. And also currently my YouTube membership might be paused for a bit because I have a little bit of hiccup with the AdSense, with Google AdSense. So if you find it paused, please don't be too surprised, or please don't. It's gonna be resolved very soon. It's gonna be resolved very soon. Okay, so how's everybody doing? How are you doing? How are you guys doing? How are you doing? It's okay. It's okay. If you find it paused a little bit, if it shows to be paused a little bit, please do not be too startled. It will be resolved soon, and please don't feel compelled to go over on Twitch just so you can use the emails on Twitch instead. Just chilling a new job so far. Congratulations with your new job. Seems like it's less demanding. I have a couple of things that I want to talk about today. It's not gonna be a lot. It's just gonna be very straightforward, and hopefully you guys will accept the changes and we can move on. Changes. Basic. Let's have an oasis. Skip tutorial. Let's skip tutorial. So, number one change is when I'm streaming a game, it will be streamed consecutive days instead of scheduled days. Does that make sense? So if I'm doing a playthrough, I will keep streaming the same game until it's done. I don't know if that is better, but I feel like that might be better for consistency. Sounds good for finishing a game. It may be good for consistency. I don't know about the health of my channel, or if I'm streaming long playthroughs, which I don't imagine I will be streaming a lot of long playthroughs, as in something like Red Dead Redemption or Sleeping Dogs is something that will happen occasionally when I don't feel like I want to stream something with an agenda or a particular game. Then I'll come back to streaming Sleeping Dogs. But other than that, it's not something that I want to finish up immediately, so I won't be touching on. Oh my god, the plane. Do you hear the plane? Fuck. More immersive? It's for people who don't want to follow me, or for people who don't want to watch me until the end, or for people who don't want to wait for me to stream it again in another 7 days or something. So I'll do that, but it won't be very healthy for my YouTube channel. But that is fine because I am probably not trying to get too much out of my YouTube channel right now. I'm thinking of doing something a little bit different. So I will be maybe focusing my efforts more on my other channel, which if you haven't followed already, it's absolutely fine, but just in case you want to know which channel it is on my YouTube channel. If you go down if you scroll down to the bottom of home tab, you'll be able to see that I have a very tiny channel that is currently empty, and I will be posting edited content on there. So it's gonna be content that is kind of typical to YouTuber kind of content and not VTuber kind of content, because I am thinking about slowly transitioning to being a YouTuber instead. It's not like I will completely give up doing VTubing, but it's just like I don't want people to know me. If I ever get bigger than this, I don't want people to know me for being a VTuber, because I feel like it might be a little bit too hypocritical to focus on VTubing too much, because VTubing, I have a preconception. What is the term for it? Hold on. Preconception? Preconceived. I have a preconceived a notion. I have an idea that VTubing, because I came from corpo background, so whenever I think about VTubing, it's like, oh, I have to do ASMR, I have to do karaoke streams, I have to do all of those stuff that are bound to making you feel super attached to me, parasocially. It's kind of like an idol activity kind of thing, which I never started out as an idol in the first place. Like, I never started out trying to be an idol or do anything idol-like in the first place, so I never really had problems thinking that, oh, I should keep doing idol stuff. But at the same time, you know what being a VTuber is, right? So being a VTuber, if you go down every single VTuber's channel, it's all about hand cam, it's about building gunplas, it's about building it's about showing you parts of the VTuber that makes you want to feel attached to them. And I feel like if I keep doing something like that, it might affect my mental health a lot, because by doing a lot of those kind of activities, I am kind of giving you a glance into my life that I don't really feel that comfortable doing anymore at this point in my life. Because one of the reasons is because I am not young anymore. The nature of VTuber has parasocial built into it already. It's because Hololive pioneered the English, well, corpo VTubing sphere, and it kind of make people have this preconceived notion of what a VTuber should be. I know that there are a lot of VTubers out there that are like way different and have. Oh, wait! I accidentally killed one of my Gourdlets. Oh, it's here. Never mind. So it kind of make people understand VTubing from a perspective in which it's very set in stone in the first place. I think it's very set in stone. There's no need to fall into the common VTuber trope. You can always build your own niche. Streamers by default will always attract parasocial people no matter what they do. Yeah, a lot, especially girl streamers get a lot of parasocial activity, paranormal activity, parasocial activity, and it's okay if you want to be parasocial to me, but I am fine with not knowing what you do on your own time. Do you know what I mean? You can tell me how you feel about me, etc. But when you do something on your own time, like it's just like sometimes I get messages telling me what they do to me and stuff like that, and that's kind of weird. Well, I no longer receive those messages anymore, but yeah. used to, so depends on the approach. So the changes that I would love to make is I want to stray away from the VTuber trope. First of all, that's my main priority right now, I think, and then after that we can slowly start to do other stuff. Parasocial people are just weird. It's okay to be parasocial. People are always, when you spend a lot of time on the internet, it is bound to happen. It is definitely something that will have. I am somewhat parasocial to the YouTubers that I watch, but I don't go like, ooh, I wonder what they are doing currently when they are not showing themselves, you know. With YouTubers it's kind of different. Thank you for a follow, Mobius Souls? Mobius Souls. Thank you. A lot of people that get into it model their content of who they watch. I guess so. Because VTubers are kind of meta in that sense, where they all kind of feed off of each other's idea. It's kind of like what goes viral. So if somebody replicates something viral, then everybody will try to do the same thing, which is not something I want to do. Being parasocial is fine to a degree, but some of the trends, it's just like, yeah, no, I'm gonna call the police. It's kind of not very healthy for me to be, because I am not on the internet a lot in the first place. I have a lot of things to do off the internet, so I am not online as often as other VTubers are, who tweet every single hour or every other hour on Twitter. So for me, being a VTuber is like, my preconceived notion of being a VTuber requires me to constantly be available online for people, or else people will forget about me. I need to constantly seek validation. I need to constantly show people my presence, or else they'd be like, well, I guess I'll go find somebody else to watch then. I don't feel like I need to do that, because that is kind of my biggest dilemma, because I don't want to do that. I don't want to be like, oh, if you don't watch me for a couple months and you'll just forget about me straight away and go watch somebody else, because VTubing always has its demands, and people, the supply is there. There are so many, it's so saturated to this point. It has been only like around 5 years since VTubing has really taken off. Like less than 5 years. It really started booming during COVID, so that's like 2020. And then after that, VTubers are just everywhere. It's just everywhere. People who started early, they got lucky. Just like how the early days of YouTubing, where the PewDiePies of the generations are all now super massive YouTubers. It's the same thing with VTubing. Unless you have like a super attractive model, or if somebody rates you on Twitch and at least because the genre might be the same or the niche might be the same, then half of the viewers stick to you, then you probably won't get big just by streaming alone. So you have to like do something else, do other content in order to get to where you want to get. But I am not really that ambitious anymore because I am old and I have a lot of responsibilities. I have a lot of responsibilities. People actually blatantly say stuff directly. They don't, but they say things that make me feel very uncomfortable as a person. Like they see me as somebody who is not real, whereas I am a person. I am a person who just has an avatar. This is so immersion breaking, but I don't give a fuck because I don't really want to hang into the kayfabe kind of VTubing anymore and hack maxing noises. I'm really old. Okay, I am super old. Just finished catching all of the VODs so far on YouTube. How do people not realize that VTuber are people too? Because you're an anime girl. If you look on Reddit, I have seen a lot of posts in the virtual YouTuber subreddit where people ask, "Oh, what kind of things do VTubers do that throws you off, that just makes you immediately want to unfollow them?" A lot of people actually say if they get into they don't play their character, then I'll be like, ugh, why are you doing VTubing if you don't want to play as an anime girl? Why do you, like, just stream normally, just be a flesh tuber instead of a VTuber if you don't want to get into the character that much. For me, it's just because I have been traumatized because I used to be a flesh tuber. I used to be a flesh streamer, but I have just been traumatized a lot by streaming and having people know who I am. And I've gotten things sent to my address before. I've gotten people stalking me. And overall, it's just not a very good situation. I understand that a lot of streamers, especially girl streamers, especially bigger girl streamers out there, their mindset is kind of just like, this is all part of the if you want to show your face out there, you just gotta be ready for it. Well, I never have been ready for those kind of stuff, so I never really want to do that anymore. I don't want to show my face. I don't have any social media presence, but I still want to do something online, and I still want to share with people my thoughts and my gaming experiences and stuff like that. So it's your platform. If people do not agree, they can leave. Ultimately, something like that. We're here because we like your style of streaming. Yes, that is something that I feel so blessed. I feel so blessed. Feel so blessed for. Because 2D looks better. I don't know. Recently, I don't really feel like 2D looks so much better because I have kind of strayed away from being a weeb. And never really was a weeb in the first place, so it's kind of a difficult thing for me to say because I don't really like anime, or I don't really like 2D stuff that much anymore. And all the shows that I've been watching have been 3D. I have not watched any anime for a very long time, no. But it's just like, I need a space to be able to put my thoughts into, and I want to talk to people sometimes, and streaming has been a habit for me for almost a decade now. And yeah, it has been almost a decade now. I have been streaming. Well, I used to stream only to Malaysian, so I had like a very different accent before. Writers are basically image board. Like, to be honest, don't take what they say to heart. Yeah, it's okay. When hopping to VTubing was taking off 3 years ago, I was busy dying in college. Hopefully you get peace in mind. I think regardless of what you do, as long as you have a presence online, people will always treat you a certain way. But I want to tone it down a lot because doing VTubing, at least my idea of VTubing, is just not very healthy for me. So, and let's do a pink one. Pink one is pretty. It's batshit insane that anyone considers that to be just a normal part of it. It is. Nowadays, you don't really get any privacy anymore. It is not actually the privacy that I mind that much, because I don't really put myself out there that much anyway, but it is the part where they don't really view you as a person part is a little bit daunting for me. So let's put this here. Plus I feel like plus if you know about the corpo that I've been in before, it's kind of like they wanted you to do more VTuber stuff, right? So they don't want you to do games. And gaming is almost the only stream that I'm really comfortable with. Because even with just chatting stream, I feel really uncomfortable. I really need to do something, so I feel more natural when I'm talking. If I am just like staring onto the screen, that's why whenever I'm doing just chatting streams, I really go off on chat, because I really can't deal with myself in that sense. I don't know. So whenever there's interaction in chat, I feel a lot better. And whenever there's nothing in chat, then I feel kind of weird. But whenever I'm doing gaming streams, it's more just me and the game. Occasionally I'll look at chat and I'll reply to chat, but it's just me and the game, and it's more of like a self-expression kind of thing, instead of like telling you, oh, I have to keep telling you, or I have to keep talking or else you leave me, that kind of thing. It feels like, oh shit, I gotta like keep looking at the views, or else or I gotta like keep this engagement happening, or else people will just leave me. I'm not interesting enough if I'm just like talking. And it's kind of, it has been like that for a long time now, and I don't feel like I want to think about that too much. Nowadays, I have not, like, it's been a year, almost a year now, and I have not think about any of that at all. To be fair, it's kind of understandable if you apply to be a VTuber, but if I remember correctly, lots of them say you have freedom to do what you want. You have the freedom to do what you want, but in a corpo, they want you to be a VTuber. As in, they want you to do hand cams, they want you to talk about interesting stuff that's like trending, they want you to be unhinged, they want you to have this kind of exaggerated personality that is completely out of my comfort zone. I thought that I was like, it's also a lot of self-discovery in the end, but it's also, they want growth, they want some things that they can push. But it's kind of like, in the end, I realized what I want, and that is not what I want in the first place, I think. I prefer gaming streams, so it works out. Did you close monetization? Just wondering. I got a message the membership got paused. Yes, membership are paused for a little bit because I have a hiccup situation with YouTube. So it's gonna take like a week or at most 2 weeks to solve the problem, I think. Because I'm currently going back and forth with YouTube right now. So it's something about the AdSense. I think, yeah, I'm gonna pin it on YouTube. Monetization is paused because of hiccup with AdSense. Since it will be back in less than 2 weeks. This game takes on a new dimension after reading Doodle earlier. Do you hide your live view count while streaming? No, not really, because I don't really look at it, so... Corpo VTubers sometimes feel like they're selling their humanity a little bit. It's one of the reasons why I don't really watch VTubers anymore. I used to watch them just so I can get a sense of what people want me to do as a VTuber. And I kind of like mold my style of streaming that way so that people will stay for like the parasocialness, because they find me cute, because they find me something, or they like my voice, and me being cute is kind of like part of the package, etc. But in the end, I feel like, I don't know, I need to really put my thoughts into it to be able to process exactly what I want to say. It's not... What is this? Oh, that's cute. Paint color. There we go. Corpo VTubers generally do everything that sells good. The management is there to milk them as much as possible. Yeah, the demographic for VTubers is, it's very understandable that it's people who watch anime, right? People who watch anime and people who are into 2D stuff and all of that. I think I am kind of growing away from that kind of idea in which if you're a VTuber then you have to be like this, or if you're a VTuber then even people on Twitch. It's also because I have come back onto Twitch, and so I've started noticing VTubers. I never really watched VTubers on Twitch before until I started doing VTubing on Twitch, and then I see a lot of VTubers who are doing different things, but people who are doing different things are not really well perceived as a VTuber because they are kind of not... Oh, thank you for the follow, Navileres. Thank you for the follow. To just want to make content and not worry about numbers, that's hard. Recently, I have not worried about numbers at all. And that's just because I feel really supported, and one of the reasons is I am also getting the full cut to do whatever I want with, instead of having a big portion, a big chunk of my earnings taken away from me. Meanwhile, they are not doing anything to help me with, you know? So it was kind of insane because I had I was the highest earning talent, and then they took a lot of they took my money and then they pushed ads onto somebody else's channel, and they didn't do much for me, and they just took and they're like, oh, but you have to do something big for us to be able to push you. But I kind of feel like if you want to take that much out of what I am earning, then you have to be very active in helping me doing the editing and all that stuff, right? But no, so it's kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. That's when you finish a game was always one of my favorite things you did. I like to talk about games that we have played because it's interesting to be able to talk to you and discuss about ideas or what has happened, or just like your gaming experience. If you have played the same game that we just completed, what are your thoughts on it, or if you feel the same way that I do, or something like that. Model is very cute. Easily one of the best models I've seen in a VTuber scene. Voice is very soothing. You got the basics down. Don't get discouraged. I don't want to think about VTubing like that. I just want to be a streamer. I just want to be a streamer. They gotta provide value in return if they're taking a cut. They are, in a way, like they would talk to you about artists that were like, oh, what about this person? And in the end, those artists or people that they are acting as a middleman to are just people. I don't wanna get into too much trouble talking about this, but generally, I would say like generally, a lot of agencies or groups out there, they would be like saying, they would sell you on a lot of things. Oh, we have a lot of connections, we know people, we know who to commission or who to talk to about this. But in the end, no, they didn't have any. They don't really have anybody. They don't have people, and they don't have people to the point where I'm like, oh, if you don't have people, then what do we do? And they'd be like, oh, you can be the person. And then they'd be like, oh, we'll pay you to be the person. And then I'm like, the fuck? That's not what I want. That's not what I want. I want to be helped. I don't want to help. Right? Isn't that supposed to be what corpo are marketing for people to join it to give support? Exactly. It's like what the fuck? And I did corpo for a while. It's just because I really wanted to be a VTuber. I really didn't care about whether or not doing VTubing was fun or doing VTubing was a thing. I just wanted to get back into streaming again. And obviously, it is all very typical of I'm not talking about corpo. I'm just talking about VTubing in general, where VTubers would want to. People will only come to see you when you're doing chatting streams, or when Emma was playing Resident Evil 4 when it came out, Resident Evil 4 remake when it came out. She was so she was so depressed about it because her view dropped to like less than half of the usual views that she would get. She would get like around 200 views at a time, and whenever she does a gaming stream, she would only get like 60 over CCV, and she was like talking about it so depressively, saying like, oh, you notice how what I remember that was like during the mansion part when she was fighting, well, what's his face again? Something Lago? Was it Lago? Resident Evil 4. she was like, dude, you notice how people don't even watch my gaming streams? For me, I want to build up my image or my brand to the point where Del Lago, yeah, Del Lago. She was going through the mansion and she was fighting the bats. The bats thing. I don't remember what they were called. By the way, I have completed the original Resident Evil 4 and then I've completed the remake, but I still don't know all the names at all. But anyway, I was saying, as as a VTuber, people want to get that engagement with you because they want you to look at them, pay attention to them, and then when you're not paying attention to them, they don't want to watch you anymore, stuff like that. I want to build my image on gaming so that people come to watch me for my games, and whenever I want to talk, maybe they will stay, but they don't like really mind if I want to do just chatting streams instead or of gameplay streams, because gameplay streams are my main thing anyway. So you have everything to be one of the shining stars. I don't want to be a shining star. I don't want to be known as a VTuber anymore. You can now realize everything you want to do as a content creator without management saying no, you can't, or you should stick to what we told you. They never really said anything like that. It's just they're like, oh, you know why you're not doing well. It's just because you're only doing gaming streams. And yes, of course I know, but that's what I was comfortable with, and it was what I wanted to build my image of. And now that I realize, it's kind of like an evolution kind of thing where I realize what I really want to do, and I don't want to hold out or stick out with something that I don't really feel comfortable with. Like doing a lot of ham cams, doing a lot of ASMRs. ASMR is booming right now, and it's not a wonder. It's not a wonder because everybody loves ASMR. Except for me, because I don't really listen to ASMR. It's kind of distracting for me. But I don't mind doing ASMR. It's just if that's what people want, because it makes them feel like loved. I don't I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I really need to talk to somebody who is really obsessed with ASMR to be able to understand the appeal of it. But I do understand that I have a really good voice for ASMR, and I do want to make ASMR stuff. It's just I don't want ASMR to be part of my branding. It's just something that I want to do to experiment with and stuff like that. Small VTuber agencies are quite problematic because they want to jump on the bandwagon and make some money, but they completely fail to deliver, resulting in graduations. I will trust an agency if the agency is made by a VTuber. It's made by a VTuber who has succeeded, but I don't want to be in an agency anymore because I don't want to do VTubing in the most traditional sense. The only way I can see myself proceeding as a VTuber, or like being a corpo VTuber, is if I join Vispo, but that's just because they focus a lot on gaming. But at the same time, I'm not really into competitive gaming that much, so it's really hard to see myself being a VTuber in that very preconceived sense. So, Mary's just playing for the thrill. What? What do you mean I'm playing for the thrill? I've been listening to it more often, like when I wake up in the middle of the night. Comfy. It is very comfy. Loneliness epidemic is a thing. I'm not gonna lie, ASMR is my thing. The only ones I can handle are the mean ones where metal pipes end up dropping and stuff. I find ASMR really relaxing in the background and always have it playing when I'm at my PC. I understand. I completely understand the appeal. It's also really like ticklish for my brain, but I don't really listen to it that much because I cannot passively listen to something, which is also one of the reasons why I don't really listen to music, because I am very busy, and when I cannot actively listen to music, I cannot listen to music at all. I reply enjoy watching horror games and puzzle games. I reapply enjoy watching horror games and puzzle games. Oh, you really enjoy. Oh, okay. It's kind of like a thing. At the end of we are your shareholders, but you're the CEO. Yeah, you are my shareholders. At this point, that is why I said what I said when I said that we will have a shareholder meeting. This is our shareholder meeting right now. How's it going? Is this talking as you give us ASMR? No. But... invest in Maricoin. Invest. And you will receive what you are expected to receive, I guess. This is just me talking about... like, it's just me rambling about what I feel like I am comfortable with. ASMR is definitely something that I am not uncomfortable with, so it's something that I still can do regardless. I really wanted to do ASMR when I was in corpo because I saw ASMR taking off so much, and then I also saw later on the result that it brought, which is harnessing viewers who are a little bit weird in that sense. So I think viewers who watch gaming streams are the most normal viewers. I think that's the best thing ever. I think honestly, it kind of seems like gaming VTubers most often used to mean FPS, MOBA, flavor of the month, esports, sweatlord, VTuber. I kind of hate it. There are so many kinds of games out there. It's a notion that VTubers are just supposed to... like, if you're a VTuber who streams mainly games, then you are not a gaming VTuber, you're just a VTuber. And if you're a VTuber who streams games, I'm not talking about the indie stuff, like the indie VTubers are so spread out. They can do whatever the fuck they want because they're just hobbyists. They're not looking to improve or get big. They're kind of like in the mindset in which if they get big, if they like their channel go boom, that they'd be like, oh shit, I got lucky. It doesn't. I'm kind of like in that kind of mindset right now. So I want to do what I'm comfortable with because I feel comfortable that you guys are giving me adequate support for this channel to just like to maintain the channel. Yeah, I don't really feel that competitiveness anymore. I don't really feel like I need to earn more just so I can spend more on the channel. I don't feel like that anymore. I just like I have savings and in my VTubing channel accounts just so like if something happens and I can take it out and then I can support the channel with it if I want to do a project or if I want to do something ambitious. Then I can do it easily. I don't have to like wait for this to happen or wait for that to happen because I already have some savings. I kind of want to get to that point, but other than that, I am completely fine with just being like this. So this is where the other channel comes in to help me achieve my more ambitious stuff, which is the normal YouTubing stuff and not... I'm putting every single item onto the wall to close out to the wall. Oh, that's so cute, but I just like having that empty space in the middle. There are people that specialize in ASMR, but I feel like the ones I know that specialize in gaming are mostly retro games or competitive. Exactly. So that's kind of like... Or I know a lot of horror VTubers because I am interested, very naturally I'm interested in horror stuff. So now very naturally I have discovered, or I have been recommended, a lot of horror VTubers on Twitch that I currently follow that also are have that kind of following, which is nice. But they are just regular streamers, but they also do a lot of those kind of like close-up stuff, like this. Oh, oops, like this kind of stuff. But they also do like this kind of stuff, which is, I don't know. After having this model and having my dreams fulfilled of like more realistically having... If you look at my body and you don't think that it's not realistic, I assure you this is kind of realistic, except for the shoulders. Shoulders might be a little bit too narrow, but my shoulders are broad, but I really wanted this kind of body type because my body is I want something on my model that reflects onto what I look like. Like realistically, this is how it's closer to what I look like. So, can you recommend us any of those horror VTubers? Grimmy, Vesper AWOL, Vesper AWOL, Grimmy does a lot. And I've seen, as long as you do what I enjoy, I see no reason to be here supporting you, not be here supporting you. For streams, I'll be here to support you until the day you become a shining star in the sky. I've seen a woman with body like that, but it's always hip on the boobs, never boobs. Never both. It is... I think it's not good to have both. If you have both... If you... Oh... If you have both the boobs and the hips, it becomes difficult to buy shirts and bottoms and overalls, because especially in an Asian country, you cannot get bras my size here, which is a torture because I had to have like a friend from Canada to deliver to package my shirt, to package my bra, sorry, to send me my bra from Canada instead. Vesper, that block VTuber, that yeah, Vesper. She's really cozy, I think. She's really cozy. People specialize in horror, and I just realized gacha too. Yeah. But I've never really seen a VTuber so far. I have never really seen a VTuber who really talks about games in depthly and with a lot of gaming knowledge and all that stuff. All of that. So far, all of them actually. If you know any VTuber who actually analyzes games and talk about games and or have game discussions, please let me know, please. Please send me a recommendation because I really want to know those people. Because so far, all the VTubers that I've seen have been playing games very passively. And after my Outer Wilds streams, I have been going on an Outer Wilds spree. And I have been seeing streamers doing Outer Wilds, but they are just like, oh, what is this? Oh, what is that? And they read the thing and then they move on. They don't like kind of dwell, or they don't make discussions on what's going on in a story, or their speculation in a mystery, or if they have like something. I really would like to know if there are any VTubers out there who have small mini talking sessions. They go on tangents, but not tangents that are not regarding the game. I see so many VTubers talking about stuff that's not completely unrelated to the game. They would like pause, or they would, when they go around the map, they will talk about their life, and then they go on this tangent and they completely forgot about playing the game. So I would like to have people recommend me. If you can recommend, please recommend me people. VTubers, sorry, not people. Please recommend VTubers to me who they would pause in game. Who please recommend VTubers who are similar to me. In that sense, where they will pause a game and then they will talk about the game for like a few minutes, like about their speculation, or about like what they think about the game, or what's happening, or stuff like that. Or VTubers who go on tangents about the game and not something else completely unrelated to the game. So I think your best bet is VTubers that have some kind of history and of interest in developing games. Like what's her face? Like Vito? I can't wait to see video essays from you. Video game video essays are my late night fix. Me too, honestly, me too. I have a stand. I have a tablet stand, and I don't have a TV in my bedroom, but I have a tablet stand where it holds my tablet, so I can watch YouTube on a bigger screen than my phone. I don't have an iPad. It's just a normal Android tablet. So I would have it right beside my bed, and I would like lie down and I would watch it to sleep. It's really hard for me to fall asleep, but I would fall asleep to video essays so fast. VTubers, not people. VTubers, not people. Yes, VTubers, not people. VTuber who brain rot about the game they're playing. Yes, something like that. I think you like Bezel, but Basil, but she's been on hiatus. Not sure when she'll be back. Does she talk about games extensively? Analyze them, and I don't know, like talk about the stories and stuff like that? What if they go on tangents in general, but also do deep dive in the game and focus and when it comes down to it? I don't really want to watch VTubers who talk about things that are not related. Like, I don't want to watch VTubers who go on tangents forever on things that are not related to the game that much. I kind of feel like if you want to I don't know. I think those people are very heavy-handed on their personality, and I feel like it is sufficient to show your personality, or how your personality, or how your character is, by just doing gaming streams and doing commentary. It shows very sufficiently, I guess. That narrows it down a bit. It does kind of narrows it down quite a lot, I think. VTuber hunting. Yes, go on VTuber hunting. she doesn't go on tangents, so I think that she's a big fan of horror. I mean, I don't really want to watch people who go on tangents. I just want to watch people who really talk about games. I really want people who. Oh, it's so hard to explain. Have you heard of Lumi? It's just very passionate about games. Okay, let me see. No, I have not. Let me. Very passionate about games. What kind of games does she usually do? Let me see. But I do find some other VTuber, the one like a VA usually stop and comment. Yeah, usually, I would say usually, people who come from voice acting backgrounds or people who are usually more familiar with the industry itself. Because VTubers are just regular people, regular consumers, until they become VTubers. But what I wanted to say is, I want to maybe be exposed more to VTubers who are into the industry itself, and not just like the consumer side of the industry. I think the closure I've seen would be Tetel, but she's more about learning English and from other countries instead of focusing in games. I think everybody has their own niche. It kind of makes them unique in that sense, but so far I haven't seen a VTuber who is like uniquely into gaming stuff. Maybe I'll be able to find eventually. Lumi does mostly older games, but she's been throwing new games into the mix for a while. Ano Lumi? Yeah, okay, I'll look into it. Oh, she plays Pathologic as well. Holy shit. I've never seen a streamer playing Pathologic before. I mean, I've never seen a VTuber playing Pathologic before. Long gameplays. Okay, I'm subscribing to Lumi. There are a few educational VTubers out there, or history, like Cleo, I think. I spread myself pretty thin, but am not nearly as knowledgeable as some others. Yeah. Me too. I don't really consume a lot of media nowadays. Sounds like you're looking for something similar to why I like watching you play horror games. When you really get into, yeah, if you can find somebody similar to my kind of streaming style, please let me know, because that would be so interesting. I would like to watch them and then take some of their ideas and, or how they format their streams into my, take how they're doing their thing into consideration, and how I can implement it into my streams as well. It turns into an educational discussion. It might also have something to do with my age, probably. It's just because I am pretty old and I'm not a Zoomer, and the way I think is not very similar to how Zoomers think. I acknowledge that I started out being super unhinged, and I started out being like crazy and very short-fused in a way, but 3,000 is a bit old. You are rounding out my age. You're rounding up my age. I'm not 3,000. I'm like 2675. So 2675. I'm not 3,000. Stop rounding up my age. Not that old. She plays and spends a lot of time playing classic. Which Lumi are you talking about? Wait, which Lumi are you talking about? There are a lot of Lumis out there. VTuber? Which Lumi? Ano Lumi? Yeah, Ano Lumi. It's very, very long kind of gameplays. I like games like that, but maybe yeah, okay. Wait, what? Oh, okay. Anyway, I think that is most of what I have to say for now. And you can see me slowly transitioning out of being a VTuber. Occasionally I will do VTuber stuff. And when I mean VTuber stuff, you know what I mean. When I say doing VTuber stuff, you definitely know what I mean, right? So I will still be doing VTuber stuff regardless. I will still put my face on every single thumbnail that I make. Because that is what VTubers do. VTubers have to show that, oh, it's their face or else nobody will watch them. Or something like that. It's kind of like a mindset that we have, okay? It is a mindset that is generalized in VTubing. Like, you have to have your image right there. Your art, your model, your whatever, or else people will be like, this is not a VTuber stream. Variety. Variety. I don't think I'm doing variety streams anymore. I'm mostly doing gaming streams nowadays. And I'm okay with that. Occasionally, I will throw in a presentation, a PowerPoint, left and right. But that will come maybe once every other month. I want to replicate, maybe. It might be a little bit too ambitious, but I kind of want to replicate what RT Game has done with himself. But I am just barely starting out. There are so many things that I need to learn. And let you guys be the mark here. Let you guys be the witness to my journey. How else are we gonna know it's you streaming if your face isn't on the thumbnail? Exactly, how? Exactly. Even doing 98% gaming. It's just what people... It's just what I want people to know me for. I don't really want people to come to watch me to do something else when gaming is my main thing. Because I want my viewers to be more consistent in that sense, where the type of viewers, I mean not the count, not the view count. The type of viewers. So that's all I want right now, and I think the direction of the channel should be going on pretty okay. The main change that you will definitely see happening very clearly is the consistency in streaming, I guess. Not the consistency, but the continuity of my gaming streams, I think. Witness me! Oh! To Valhalla! The new Mad Max movie kind of sucks ass, in my opinion. Sorry. Sorry, Chris Hemsworth. Sorry, Anya Taylor-Joy. I just honestly think it kind of sucks ass. The old school YouTubers I keep up with are either streaming to be edited down into traditional Let's Plays or putting out one video a month on some weird old game. Yeah, so people that I've been watching still are Dug and Call Me Kevin, RT Game. They have just been doing all of those kind of streams where no, well, not streams, but videos. Videos. that are very recognizable. I think RT Game is somebody that I might want to replicate, but we'll see. Cause I feel like his consistency is something that I cannot commit to right now, and I don't feel like I want to spend my entire life on YouTube, so that might be a little bit difficult. But I mean, with my situation, yes, it is immensely difficult. Not just a little bit difficult. But I want to show up regardless, and regardless whether or not I will have a video coming out, I want to just show up on stream no matter what. So. Cabal's a horror VTuber, and although his streams might not be for you, he's done some edited videos about deep dives into horror games. Oh, let me see. Let's see. Oh, I do follow him. I have been following him for a long time now. Yeah, I just don't remember his name. I remember him as like some... Yeah, I don't remember his name. I just remember his model. Yeah, blue ghost suit. It's a purple ghost suit. A purple ghost suit. Ono Lumi Amiya. Amiya is a retro VTuber. Amiya is not somebody that I am looking for, I think. I used to watch Amiya quite often, and then I just realized that I don't really resonate with that kind of style of streaming that much. Super Mackie? Super Mackie? Mackie? Oh, okay. Meche. It's not Mackie, it's Meche. Oh, it's a different kind of... They do a very different kind of style of gaming that I am not really into. I see Chrono Trigger though. I love Chrono Trigger. I've completed Chrono Trigger in my childhood like 2-3 times before. Not like I still remember every single name of every single character ever, but in that game. But just putting it out there. Oh, Fatal Frame. I see some Fatal Frame. A lot of gaming stuff. There are also a lot of gaming variety, but at the same time, it's would like to watch people who are similar to me, I guess. I'm not like not very conceited in that sense. It's just I would like to take in a lot of references if possible. Chrono Trigger was the GOAT. I think up until now, I think Chrono Trigger is still one of the best games that I've ever played before. The combat stuff and the mechanics are just like so well crafted for its time. It's like beyond its time at that time. I definitely don't have 4-digit hours in Chrono Trigger. I don't. Me neither. I mean, I don't actually know, but everyone in Retromantic is very versed in retro game, enough to talk about them. I haven't really. I know Amiya plays a lot of retro games, but I haven't really seen her talk about it in depth too much. Maybe I just didn't really stop at... I just really didn't get into the right streams where she talks about them. But yeah, it's... When it comes to gaming, VTubing, it's mostly just... retro gaming or FPS MOBA gaming. It's either you play League of Legends, Valorant, or you're super into retro gaming. That's what VTubers are known for in gaming in that sense. Otherwise, the people who normally would play Resident Evil 4 or who play more mainstream games, they would also do ASMR, they would also do parasocial stuff, they would also do GFE, they will also They will also do spicy stuff. I stopped myself. I stopped myself. Mecha is retro too, and sometimes she does game dev streams. That's amazing. That's really good. I see VTubers doing book club streams, but not like game club stuff. I want to see people. I want to see VTubers talking about modern gaming, because I am not that much into retro gaming myself. I have played quite a few retro games, but it's just not something that I like that much. It just doesn't really resonate with me that much because I'm not old like that. Or I'm old, but I didn't grow up on games. So I'm retro, but I didn't grow up on games. So stop yourself. No, nothing. That's pretty much true. Yeah. People who, not people, VTubers who play normal games that are not retro are into look. I was just like going through my subscriptions list on the left side on YouTube, and I click into something, and then I see, oh, ASMR. Oh, I see karaoke. Oh, I see birthday stream. And birthday stream is something that is specifically for VTubers. Normal streamers, they don't do that. Do they do that? Or normal content people on YouTube, they don't really do that. But I feel like it might be a little bit hypocritical when I say this, but it just feels kind of not that big of a deal. I mean, I've never celebrated my birthday to that point until I became a VTuber. But Twitch streamer does? Oh, Twitch streamer does. Maybe you grew up in the PS2 or PS1 era. Is that considered retro enough? No. I never had a console before, so I never played a console game before. I played all my console games on emulators. I see. Maybe I will celebrate my birthday, but I just don't want to make it a big deal. I've never celebrated my birthday before. The most I've done on my birthday is I would order out a party meal, and my family would come over, and we would eat dinner. Without the cake. We don't have cakes. We don't have cakes. Cakes are not important. Anolumi does play all those old games, but she did that after asking people for classic games because she wanted to get into gaming. I see a lot of titles in Anolumi's channel, so I have subbed to her. I don't know what normal people do. Plot twist. Is the birthday stream. Understandable, cakes are expensive in Malaysia. At least back then. I just never really... Like, my upbringing is just not that kind of upbringing. I grew up on zero fast food, zero junk food. The only junk food that I have gotten is from Etongjie, which is Children's Day at school. Where they give you the cocoa pie. They give you, what was it, the Apollo wafers. Honestly, speedrunner VTubers, when they first play a game that they want to run, they get so into it, and they'll... Yeah, can I would like to see speedrunner VTuber. Any VTubers who are speedrunners. Let's see. There are VTubers who speedrun, but they don't do it for games, like a lot of games though. Her and Amiya hosted... Wait, who? Who in Amiya hosted a dozen of podcasts about retro gaming deep dive. Oh, Honolulu? Oh yeah, okay. Honolulu, okay. I don't know why I never really got I never really stuck around with Amiya that much. I used to watch her with my planet. But not anymore. I'll look through my list of speedrunning VTubers, weed out the ones who do too many tangents about life stuff, and then see what I can do. Well, you're really committed, thank you. I really appreciate that. I am not trying to feel special, I am trying to connect. But it's not like I really want to reach out to them or anything. I just want to like look at their content and then see and do some self-reflection and see how I can do about my stuff, you know. I like speed running, I like VTubers. I made a list of cool ones because I enjoyed both. Oh, that's cool. That's great. That's amazing. I think besides that, my other channel, after everything that I've said today, I think my other channel will probably reflect on my thoughts a lot more clearer because the videos are gonna be scripted. It's not gonna be a lot of rambling and stuttering like this. I wish I can talk better live, but it's just not something that I see myself able to improve. I have improved massively from when I first started out as a VTuber, when I first started out speaking proper English and not the Malaysian English. But my next stream, you'll be able to see how I speak normally as a Malaysian. But I think me speaking proper English has really affected how I have been talking off stream as well, and that kind of makes my housemate go, "Ugh, you're still in streamer mode, ew." But that's okay. You've come a long way. I have come a very long way actually, and I'm very happy with where we are now. But I'm looking forward to doing something different and doing something fresh, and I want to maybe discover or slowly get exposed to VTubers who do video game essays as well. Maybe I can get started on that, and that would be wonderful. That'll be good. Merry Manglish coming soon. Yeah, soon la. It's just going to be when is it? It's just going to be this Saturday, right? This Saturday is August 31st, so it's Merdeka Day. Merdeka Day. I'm going to be talking like this the whole stream, so it's going to sound really weird, but normal lah. This is how Malaysians talk, ma. How Malaysians talk, but specifically this is how Chinese Malaysian talk. Like Malaysian Chinese talk, like, because Malaysian Chinese we talk like this, but like if you listen to Omia Emma is Malay kind of accent, because I think she's Malay. She's Malay. She's not Chinese. It's very clear. Mostly what Malaysians are able to recognize. Not sure if I should be scared or excited to hear you talk again. It's gonna be an experience for sure. But don't count on it too much, because it's gonna be a once in a lifetime kind of experience. It's gonna be really difficult because I am... Well, the way I speak right now is very much out of habit nowadays, so... how I speak on stream is very proper and very ambiguous because I have been talking like this for a very long time now, so... But anyway, I'm gonna try to finish up editing my videos. So we can. I am currently working on the Outer Wilds video and something else. Something that maybe has something to do with controllers. But I don't know if that's gonna come out. But the Outer Wilds one will be out soon. Okay, I have an appointment very soon, so I need to go, but I'm looking forward to it. But when do we get the Manglish ASMR? There will be no Manglish ASMR. And essay ranting about Mad Cat's controllers. No. I think what I would like... Oh, also, I think somewhere towards the end of this year, I think I will... Oh, you can see my arms, holy shit. Somewhere towards the end of this year, you'll be able to see me getting another model, probably, because I want to get a chibier kind of model. So something a little bit closer to my previous model, my public model, the one with the red stripes. Because I feel like this body might turn people off when they just want to look at gaming streams. They might be like, "Ugh, this is too much for gaming streams," and I don't have anything to cover up except for this. But I love my model. I think it's a pretty model, and I love the style. Like the body type is exactly what I want. So, man, where are your arms at? Welcome to my fetish stream. This is my fetish stream. This is my. This is a technical issue. It's because my arms are too widespread. Whenever I want to put a backhood on, they kind of just like... Look at this. This is not realistic. So I do this and it becomes realistic. I don't want to be horny. I just want to be happy type of people. If you want to be horny, there are plenty of other sites to be horny, right? And I see... Whenever I see people commenting on my boobs, I'm like, oh shit. But this is what I've brought upon myself by wanting this kind of body and wanting to like show the boobs and stuff. So I'm being a little bit hypocritical, but it is what it is, and I'll have to deal with that. But but so I'm not complaining. Just putting it out there. I'm not complaining. It's something that I can solve by just having another model. I'll have another model, but let there be no mistake that that doesn't mean that I want to keep doing VTuber, like as in how VTubers are supposed to be done, or VTubing is supposed to be done, or I just want to be a streamer or an online presence. Hello. Okay, I also need to make an intro, or maybe whenever people are rating me, I need to get settled with an intro so people will be able to recognize me or understand what my content is about. I will be saying something like, maybe something like, oh, I'm Metogallery. I'm just an online presence who streams every single day, and well, every other 5 days a week. Except for exception. Wait, Kata wa Shoujo now? I remember Kata wa Shoujo was free on Steam. Is it free? Is it still free on Steam? Maybe it's still free on Steam. The flappy arms animation makes the model so lively. Yeah. Actually, this is a little bit not that realistic because realistically, my boobs, my circumference of my chest area, and what's the circumference? The diameter of my chest area and my butt area is almost the same. So this is not really that realistic, but whatever. The hips are not supposed to be this big. But anyway. Anyway, I think That is all. That's all I wanted to say for today. So, the most obvious change that's gonna that you will be able to see is with streaming, especially with streaming, is the game part. I think if we're doing a playthrough, we're gonna maybe stick it until the end. This is just a maybe thing. I still need to think about it. So September is still going to be scheduled normally, and then after September, I'm gonna have some time to think about it still. But it's just what I'm thinking right now. It's just what I feel like is better, I think. Good day, folks. It is I, Victorial, your local sexy base crybaby div. Oh, right. In my VOC cart, I don't know if you have gotten the merch, but if you've bought my VOC cart, on my cart it says, my traits are sexy, based, and crybaby. And in the summary of my character, it's also, I am a divine diva or something like that. You had 2 cards. I saw it. I saw that you brought to Anime NYC. Cool. Bullwick is also in NYC. Cool. I don't know how you guys are able to afford living in NYC. That's crazy. It's either you were born rich or you're moving to white. That's cute. I saw a short recently where somebody interviewed on the subway train, on the train, where they said that a guy said that that guy's really funny, but he said that if you are living in NYC, you were either born rich or you're moving to white. The green is not enough to sustain your livelihood. You have to move the white and not just the green. And all the delis are moving the green because they're selling lotuses and they're selling weed. But anyway, thank you for coming to my stream. As I said, this is a short stream. Please don't miss me too much. I won't feel a thing about it, but you can tell me if you want to talk to me about something, or if you miss me, you can always send a marshmallow my way, and I am always welcoming marshmallow. I think maybe we will maybe look into some alternatives of marshmallow, because I feel like marshmallow is too VTuber-y, or it's a little bit more too Japanese for people to be able to understand how to use marshmallow, I think. I work out in the Bronx, so costs are lower, and I get groceries and stuff up there. Let's see. I missed most of the stream, so I don't know the context. If you missed most of the stream, you can just look at the bot, and if you are interested in what we were talking about earlier. TLDR is I'm probably not gonna be doing VTubing by the end of this year. It doesn't mean that I'm graduating, it just means that I am not doing what VTubers are typically doing, which is hand cams, karaoke, GFE, and just chatting streams. And I want to focus on doing something a little bit more meaningful, so I can purpose my streams into making videos, maybe something. Basically, Mary's not like other VTubers. I'm not like other visuals. Like if you're saying other visuals, I'm not like that. No, that is so vain. I don't want to say that. VTubers, if you're a VTuber, you are doing a good job doing what you're doing. You do you, and I will do me, and that is all I want to do. I just want to do me, and I'm just finding the typical format for VTubers not very appealing. as of now. So I would like to not be stagnant for the rest of my online presence. So I'm just gonna keep trying to maybe evolve in doing something else, I think. Are there many EV essayists? There are many V essayists. There are. But what they do typically is they draw. They have many illustrations with different kind of emotions. I want to call them animations. They kind of self-proclaim those images as animations. Oh, I use my model, my art animation, my character art animation, but those are not animations. So I wanna call them animations. But there are many, and a lot of them do deep dive into a lot of different kind of things. But they make a lot of very lengthy video essays that are very well scripted, that are very well constructed. Very good. Very good, but I want to call them V essayists because they are not VTubers with model. They're people with an avatar. Like like one of the most well-known one is the right opinion, right? The right opinion. So he doesn't have a flesh, but he has an avatar that has like very lengthy essays, and he uses those avatars as his way of expressing himself. I think having an avatar and having an illustration of your character is just a self-expression. The best type of content you can make is the content you feel satisfied with making. Definitely. Mary is evolving. I am evolving to maybe try to be more compatible with my lifestyle and the mental state that I am in right now, and what I can do with my life, because I feel really stagnant from the adversities that I've been facing recently. Especially, are they animated in a way that graphic novels videos are? They are frames. They are frames. I'm used to seeing those called ransonas. Oh yeah. They have ransonas. No, they have personas. So they have characters that just like have different poses that they will switch around, and like different poses and different expressions, and they will switch the expressions around, and they call that animating. That's not animating. That's not animation. That's just frames. That's just frames of illustration. Illustrations. I'm still gonna stick right here. Oh, thank you. It is very reassuring and really good to feel or to know that people will still be here regardless of what I want to do with the brand or what I want to do with my tutorial, especially. So like PNG with extra steps is PNG. It's just PNG, but different emotions and different expressions and different poses. PNG. Not even PNG tuber. It's just PNG. Yeah. They're actually proclaiming those are animations. A lot of them, in the illustration community on YouTube, they call their art animation when it's just animatics, so I don't feel comfortable with how they label it. It's animatics, it's not animation. Or storyboard. It's storyboarding. It's not even animatics, it's storyboarding. It's just storyboarding. It's a lot of layouting and storyboarding. As somebody who has worked in the industry before, whenever I see people calling animatics / storyboarding animation, I feel kind of cringe. It's slideshow, yes, kind of slideshow, but it's just storyboarding. Sorry about the money issue. It's okay. It is my fault because I was not in the mindset to deal with it until now, so I am going back and forth with YouTube a little bit because I made a little bit of mistake when I was making my AdSense account, so it's gonna take a couple of while. I am so sorry to you guys actually, because you are the ones who are facing the consequences of my intelligence. Oh, thank you. thank you, Nochin. Thank you so much. I hope that you guys will be satisfied with what I plan to do. If you are not satisfied, you're always free to criticize me and tell me that, oh, you don't like what I do anymore, or tell me that you want to unfollow me. That is completely fine. I used to feel so tied up, and I used to feel absolutely awful when somebody tells me that no, they're not watching me anymore, or they say something, or somebody show me comments about things that, you know, I never knew what 4chan is until I got into VTubing, and then some of the VTubers that we know show me a few things, and I'm like I'm like, bro, why are you on there? They're obsessed, no, very very obsessed, and I feel kind of comfortable that I'm not really in contact with people who lurk on with VTubers. A lot of VTubers, they do ego search on 4chan. And that is just a fact. That is a fact. I think almost all the corpo VTubers, I think almost all the corpo VTubers that I know do ego search on 4chan. 4chan as a whole, you should never get into. I visited once and I saw people trashing on a fellow viewer I know. Oh. I wouldn't know. Isn't 4chan like Reddit? No. 4chan is... I don't know. I've only seen what people have shown me, so I don't know. I'm not gonna say who, but I have been shown my AI images of the planet before. Like people generate AI images of me. Of the planet. Problem is 4chan has a break containment and it now in several discords. What does that mean? I don't know. What are your next step? My next step is I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing here, but I am basically having this stream today to let you know that please do not expect a lot of VTubery kind of content from me, because I plan to do more of just like streaming kind of content and not VTubery kind of content. I mean, you obviously know what I mean, I guess. It kind of is Reddit just worse somehow. Yeah. I don't know. I suppose it means they're now in the general population. I don't know. I am not even on Discord enough to know what anything means. I'm more on my personal Discord, because my personal Discord has a lot of things related to my work stuff and my housemates and a lot of their activities or events that they're doing. So when I switch between my VTuber Discord and then I switch back to my personal Discord, it's like a lot of effort that sometimes I feel a little bit lazy to do. But I am coming back in September. How exciting. Oh, really unhealthy that place is. Really unhealthy that place is. There are healthier ways to get criticisms and feedback from... I've heard many things about some VTubers. Not a lot of VTubers, but a few very specific VTubers that have gotten into trouble for self-posting on 4chan. there are so many stories. There are so many stories. It is crazy. It is so unhealthy to base off your own value or how people like you. It's like Stranger Things, okay? It's like Stranger Things. Stranger Things season 1, amazing. And then Stranger Things started to become super self-aware of its popularity. And then the writers are called back to write for season 2. And it started to become more and more disingenuous towards the end, where it doesn't know. Like, by the time we have seen Stranger Things season 4 doesn't know what the fuck it wants to be. It's doing all the Russian stuff, it's doing all the side stuff, and then there are like so many characters that are not very aware of their role in the story at all. They're just like lingering, and just like for the screen time, just because they don't want to kill off anybody, because they don't want to kill off people's favorite characters. That's crazy. It's kind of like if you go on 4chan too much and you take every single thing into your own, like, into consideration, then you will change yourself just for 4chan. That is insane. And I have seen like a few VTubers that I actually have talked to. I don't really talk to a lot of VTubers, but I have talked to a few VTubers who in the end I found out were actually like that. And that is insane. That is crazy. They'll be like, oh, I'm gonna check 4chan and see if there's a leak about this. Or like every single time if something big happens, I'm gonna check 4chan. Like, what the fuck? How much Flash are we talking about here? Flash? What? Flash? There's no Flash. No Flash era. No Flash era. My Flash... You have actually missed my Flash era. My Flash era is gone. You were actually in the post-Flash era. I used to be alive as a Flash person, but I'm no longer, so... There are only a few places online that actively talk about VTubers, and I think Facebook is mostly the discussion. On Facebook? Yeah, I don't know. I haven't been on Facebook for like 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 7 years. I haven't been on Facebook for 7 years, so I don't know what's going on there. I used to have like a lot of friends on Facebook, and I follow a lot of sites, and I feel like all of that. Suddenly one day I just feel like being doxxed, it was one of the reasons, but I just woke up one day and decided that it's too much for me, and I just quit. I used my housemates. Facebook Market is still a thing, so I used my housemates' Facebook to help me sell a few of my furniture that I don't really want anymore. But other than that, I don't see the relation on Facebook, but apparently Facebook is still pretty much very hot on in Asia, in Taiwan, and in Southeast Asia. But I think a lot of people here also use IG, but I'm not on IG either. I'm not on everywhere. You can't find me anywhere, so I use Facebook for family communication. My family communication is mostly online. Line! The Line app, and on WhatsApp. Because when I was in Japan, I bought a lot of stickers. I bought a lot of stickers online, so... A lot of the stickers that I have now are not available anymore. The other day, Yancha was like, oh shit, what is this sticker? I can't find it anymore. And then when she found it, it's not sold. It's not on sale anymore. It should, in theory. They are spending a lot of time to clean problems shortcoming of season 4 and 3. That season 5 is going to get better. You think so? Okay, first of all, I would like to know who you think is gonna die. I understand some criticism when it comes down to it and not knowing what it wants to be. I think season 5 is gonna be way better though. Stranger Things is a tragedy. I have not hated a show so much. Every single season I would binge watch, like in one sitting almost. But it's kind of like The Witcher. The Witcher is the worst tragedy of Netflix, like ever. I hate The Witcher so much. I hate it so much now. I hate Netflix so much. On my relative only source of contact is that or phone numbers, so it's really hard to leave it. It's still pretty common around here too. And most of my family is on it and still communicate on it. That's the reason why I'm on it. On Facebook? I'd rather just give my family a call. I don't really call my family. My family, sometimes they like to leave very lengthy voice messages, and I just find it really unnecessary, so I never listen to the voice messages. I don't know what's the deal with Malaysians and voice messages, especially if you come from a Chinese family. In Malaysia, you have to get used to lengthy voice messages, and that's really annoying. I don't really call that much because I don't feel necessary, because I have a really tight schedule. The Witcher was good for season 1, but got very terrible every other season. Season 3, there was like so little screen time of Geralt, to the point where I'm like, I dropped it. I actually did not finish season 3 because it was that bad. It was actually that bad. There were all this like diversity characters that came in out of nowhere to just like take out the entire screen time that I have zero emotional investment in. And that's season 1. In the books, like, okay, if you guys have read the books, the Witcher books, it's always like jumping, right? It's always jumping between like time skips and between situations and events and stuff like that. In the books, it's mostly about Geralt and how he thinks. And when I think somewhere, I think I read that Henry Cavill tried to maybe interfere with that kind of writing, just so he wanted to show, just because he wanted to show how Geralt is in the books more. He wants to represent Geralt a little bit more accurately from how the books are, at least. And they didn't allow him to do that. So it's kind of sad because the books are mostly about Geralt and Ciri, and the rest of the people are just like passing by. It's all entirely on their dynamic and how they overcome their difficulties and stuff like that. But if we're going to talk about who's going to die in season 5 of Stranger Things, Max, most likely. Yeah, Max. I think Max is going to die too. The Witcher games are some of the best games ever. I don't really like the first and the second games because the controls are kind of clunky. The controls were kind of clunky, so I didn't really get into it too much. But the third game, I have beaten it once in normal difficulty, and I came back and I completed almost every achievement in the hardest difficulty, and it was amazing. I love it so much. I think I've spent more time listening to Stranger Things soundtracks, the score and licensed music, than watching it. Stranger Things soundtrack is so good. One thing that, no matter how much you hate Stranger Things in the end, that you cannot get over with is the aesthetics of every single show, like every single season of Stranger Things. It's just amazing. The composition, every single frame is very picturesque. It's very, very good. The entire conversations using voice messages were real. It's real. It's real. People would just like send voice messages like super long. And then they would send, like how you would send text. Instead of text, it would be just voice message. Which is really annoying. But anyway, I'm gonna be late for my appointment. It's gonna be 11 soon. I have to go now. I have to prep my cat, or else... Yeah, or else. I watched The Witcher, but I remember when they brought new people on board who were saying they refused to learn about the source material because they had their own ideas. We know how that goes now. The Witcher has such a massive fandom. You don't understand. The fandom is so massive. The fandom is probably like the levels of what's the other fandom? It's great. It's amazing. But they didn't do right by the show. And Star Wars, kind of like no, Star Wars is too much. Definitely bigger than Stranger Things for sure. But anyway, thank you for coming to the stream, and I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys for the Malaysian stream. Malaysian stream. Hopefully I can talk like this. Hopefully I can talk more Malaysian-y, because it's kind of difficult for me to speak like that on stream nowadays. Hello, how do you do? Hello, how are you doing? Final preview of Malaysian stream. I don't know. Hopefully I can. The first game is getting remade at least, which should take care of the controller issue. I don't know if they're gonna add lots of new stuff. The first Witcher game. Yeah, I think... I don't know. Maybe I need to read the books again. I have not really completed the books that much. I have read through some of the books, but not all of them. Thanks for the fun, Mary. Oh, I kind of also want to get into Warhammer 40k lore as well. That will be definitely a deep dive. How to get into Warhammer 40k lore. That is such an insane lore, such an insane series, such an insane fictional universe. Yes. Thank you for your stream. Reminder that you're running. Oh shit, I am running late. Okay. How do you even get into? How do you getting into Warhammer? Yeah, getting into War. Yes. Warhammer Space Marines are coming out soon. They're coming out soon. Okay, goodbye. Goodbye. Stay hydrated. Remember, take a shower. Eat your vegetables. Bye. Bye. Thank you for coming to our stream. Bye bye. See you in a couple of days. Bye.